So my screen looks like it's blinking, but ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to today's show. I am Victor Huerta, and we're going to get into the truth about the Phoenix housing market and what is going on with the Phoenix housing market here in Arizona. And this is going to be your April update, okay? April of 2021. And the Phoenix real estate market is just kind of crazy right now. We are still in a seller's market. It is not getting any better for home buyers. And the truth is, people are still buying homes, okay? People are still selling homes, but not at the rate that you would think that is happening. So with that being said, I just want to get down and dirty into the data for April of 2021, the Phoenix housing market update, just like we do on this channel every month. We bring you the updates. But one thing to consider is Dave Ramsey. Okay, I was surprised Dave Ramsey got into the real estate bandwagon, and he said that if you don't buy a house, you'll be renting for decades. Decades. He's on the real estate bandwagon. He has jumped on board, and of course, he holds investment properties, so he's watching his real estate portfolio just increase in value. So just keep that in mind while I go through these numbers. So with that being said, let me drag this through here. And of course, it always does this to me. Always does this to me. I don't know why. It just does it all the time. So let me just do this. Bring this back up. Boom. Drag this over. Here we go. Phoenix real estate market update. Okay, we're going to get into some active listings for sale. We are going to get some listings under contract. We're going to give you the monthly median sales price, months of supply, and some featured bonuses just like we do all the time. So let's deep dive right into this. So as of today, I checked this today, we have 3,212 listings for sale. So that is negative 70.2%. Now we are comparing April of this year compared to April of last year. I know we're in May, but this is the data for April. Okay, so these are active homes for sale for Maricopa County and Pinal County. Now, 12,862 homes. This is up 29.6%. These are homes that are under contract compared to last April as well. So just keep that in mind. Okay. Median sales price. We have gone up 10,000. Okay. Last month was 350. This month is 360. We are up 18.1% from last year. That is the median sales price. And you're probably thinking like, hey, I can't find any home for 360,000. Well, you can. It's just hard to get under contract. Okay. It is just very, very hard to get under contract. Now, one more thing too is total monthly closed sales, 9,658. That is up 16.1%, folks. 16.1%. I've told you before, this train, I don't see any kind of slowdown at all. And I've been preaching this since probably about mid-2018, 2019, where we thought maybe we would see some kind of dip due to the election. But not even the election, not even the penny. Nothing has slowed Phoenix, Arizona down. And we just got a lot of migration coming from other parts of the U.S. So listing success rate. If you put your house on the market, you have a 92.5% chance of selling your house. And you're probably saying like, how come it's not 100%? Well, some people are just fishing, right? They throw the cash out there, overprice their house, and they're trying to see if we can catch that trout. Okay, you know that dumb trout that's out there sometimes that just takes the hook with no bait? That's what the rest of the people are trying to do, other than the 92.5% who are trying to sell their house and maybe upgrade or downgrade or move to a different city. The big one I like to watch really is the months of supply. Okay, we have 0.4 months of supply. So what does that mean? That means that if no more homes came on the market at the rate that we are selling single family homes right now, currently, we would run out in 0.4 months, meaning there will be no homes for sale. If you drove down here from California, if you flew down from New York, if you flew down from Colorado, if you flew down from Portland, Oregon, you would have not one house to look at. if we continue at this current rate. Inventory will be dried up. There will be no homes for sale in the market. You'll be living in your moving truck. So make sure before you book your tickets, you fly down or you drive down and you think you're going to come into a bunch of inventory and look at a bunch of houses. It is not going to happen. So give me a call before you actually do that, because we don't want yourself in that kind of situation. So we are heavily seller's market. Okay. It's heavily seller's market. If you're trying to negotiate a great contract, well, it's not really going to happen. So just be aware of that we are in a seller's market. We've been in a seller's market mostly for almost 2.5 years already. Okay. Inventory was a little bit looser back in 2019, 2018, 2019, mid 2019, and all of a sudden it just dried up. Okay. So let's deep dive into some seller bonuses. Seller bonuses. We see no signs of a housing crash in 2021 and 2022. Of course, you already know that. The market is crazy. It is hot. People are moving here from California, Colorado, New York City. I mean, they're just coming from everywhere. Now, check this out. The luxury market is exploding. And this is crazy to see. Okay? And I think the real reason why it's exploding is because people are just coming from these other states where they have a lot of money. They go and they sell their house in California, New York City, and they're cashing out, and they can come here and buy nothing but cash. Okay, they can get probably 3 times the square foot of the house than they can do in California for a lower price. So look at the prices at $1 million. Okay, asking price. Let's just say we have a house for sale at $1 million. Okay, 156% of those are going under contract over the list price. So they're getting bid over the $1 million mark. So if we're priced at $1 million, those are 156% of the homes that are listed for $1 million are getting outbidded 156%. Between 2 to 3 million, okay, 212% of those homes are getting bidded over asking price, meaning over list price. Okay, and they're going under contract. 212% at 3 million list price are getting bidded over the list price. So not only is it dominant seller's market as a first-time home buyer, if you're in the mid 500 range to 600 to 800 range, but now the luxury market has dominated as well. It has exploded, and it doesn't look like it's going to slow down. Okay. Number 3. Homes for sale are receiving 15, 25 to 40 offers. Of course, it depends on the price range, but if you're looking for 250 and below, that price point does not exist anymore. I'm sorry. I have a client, finally, Jake. I am proud of you. We have him under contract in Maricopa for 260. And that is Maricopa County, FHA buyer. And I'm going to shoot a video on exactly how I got him under contract, because it is not like we are putting offers in on other listings. This was a relationship-based transaction, and we'll go in through that into another video. Mortgage rates, they're still low. Okay, we're at 3.25%. People are still crying to me like, "Oh man, rates are at 3%," and I'm like, "Come on, 3%." I bought my first house, my first casa, porque es 5 de mayo, casa la número 1, 6.25%. 6.25%. I don't really speak too much Spanish, okay? So if you're watching this and you think I speak a lot of good Spanish, I don't. Okay, yo entiendo mucho, pero hablar está muy difícil para mí. But anyways, number 5, 60% of housing is still affordable here in Arizona, and you're probably thinking you're crazy. Let me take a drink real quick. Drop some on my pants, man. I'm not crazy. It's the truth. If you look at California, San Francisco, LA County, you can only afford about 11%. Where in Arizona, you can afford 60% of what housing is right now. But that number used to be higher. That number used to be like 80%, 70%. That number is going to drop. And we're going to get close to San Francisco and LA pretty soon. So some sellers are greed driven, number 7. Some are not. It just depends on who you're working for. It depends on who you're working with on the seller side. Some people will see this market and they're like, I'm making some cash. I want my cash. I want to sell my property. I want to make as much money as possible. And some people are like, I really want to help out some buyers, somebody who's really struggling out there to find a house. And even doesn't have to be the highest price point, but I really want to help out a family. So just all depends. Number 8, Dave Ramsey has jumped on the real estate bandwagon. That is right. If you have not seen his YouTube channel, he goes right into why it's the best time to sell and buy in this real estate market. Because if you don't, you will be renting for decades. You will not get on the next price gap, meaning equity. If you sell, if it's a house not functional for you, you want to upgrade, sell, buy into the next bracket and watch your equity grow on the next house. So you just got to consider that. So Dave Ramsey has ultimately said on his YouTube channel that he's on the real estate bandwagon. He sees no crash coming from a more successful individual than myself. Buyers, listen up, buyers. Listen up. With only 3,212 homes for sale, being a home buyer is tough. This is the actual number of active homes for sale right now. I just checked right before I'm shooting this video. Is it a good time to buy? Yes. Is it harder than shit? Hell yeah, it is. Okay? I'm not going to kid you. If you think you're going to walk in and get the first house, it's not going to happen. If you think you're going to win the second house, it's not going to happen. If you think you're going to win the third house, it's not going to happen. I'm telling you, even cash, conventional buyers are having a hard time. If you are FHA and down payment assistance, it's going to be very, very difficult. So you need to work with an agent who can provide his own inventory, if you know what I'm saying, or has connections about inventory before it hits the market and has good relationships. Just think about it. If you're coming in and working with a real estate agent that doesn't have good relationships, hasn't been on the market, hasn't been in the real estate business for quite some time, it's going to be difficult. Just think about that. So when you're shopping for an agent, check out their Google reviews. Check out their YouTube channel. Check out their social media. Are they telling the truth? Just putting it out there. Number 3, 54% of the sales have closed over asking price. My last 9 buyers that are under contract are over asking price, meaning if the house is listed for $450,000, we're going up to $490,000, $500,000. If it's listed for $300,000, we're going up to $325,000, $340,000. If we're going $20,000 to maybe $100,000 over list price. And you're probably thinking, you're crazy, Victor. Who would want to listen to you? Remember, what you're willing to pay for this, someone is not willing to pay for it. Excuse me. So you got to think about it. Is what would you pay for this? Because somebody else might pay a little bit more extra because they really, really want it. Okay, some people be like, I really don't want that. I'm going to get me a coffee instead so I can pay less. I really don't want a coffee. I'm going to drink some water instead. So you got to think about what the product is out there and what you're willing to pay for it, because ultimately you and the seller are making an agreement. We are here to protect you and guide you into buying a house, into selling a house, and make sure you don't limit the mistakes. Make sure you don't get sued. Make sure you don't buy a lemon. Make sure you don't pretty much end up in court. That's what we're here for. Give you all the guidance we can. Being an investor as well, we know a lot of the tricks of the trade. We can see a property. We can tell you, hey, you can waive this inspection. I don't think you need to do it. If you want to make your offer stronger, I think this is where you should go. And that's just being in the business for quite some time, fixing and flipping properties, owning rental investment properties, and doing all that. So I'm just being honest here. Okay, number 4. 250,000 to 400,000 are selling over list price. That is 62%. Okay, so 60% of homes in between 250 and 400,000 are selling over list price. So if you're coming in to try a low ball, it's not going to happen. Number 5, 400,000 to 600,000 home price range. 54% are selling over asking price. So look at the math there. So we got between 250 to 400,000. We have 62% selling over list price. Between 400 to 600,000, we have 54% homes that are selling over list price. And then if you go to number 6, 600 to 900,000, 47% have sold over list price. So everything is almost selling over list price. It's not, we do have a shortage of homes due to the panny with labor and materials and lumbers and builders not able to build enough homes, but we have migration. We have California, we have New York City, we have Portland, Oregon, we have Colorado. You know, these states that are shutting down, especially like California, people don't want to live there anymore. Taxes are going up. They're shut down. People are pissed off at the governor over there. People are moving here. A lot of Arizonans hate them. They hate you Californians for coming here. Hey, if I was there and I couldn't do what I want to do for my business, I would leave too. Okay? So welcome to Arizona, what we're calling a CALI-ZONA now. So think about this. If you are local, if you earn $72,300, you can afford 60% of what's on the market right now. What's on the market right now? Okay? Rates are low, so it makes housing very, very affordable, and that's where it's at. Now, one thing to know here as a buyer bonus is a normal market here is 30,000 homes. Right now, we have 3,212. So when people come and tell me like, hey, we're going to have a housing market crash, okay? Listen up. When people tell me, hey, we're going to have a housing market crash, all these comments. There's one guy who used to comment for like a year and a half, the housing market is going to crash. He doesn't comment on my videos anymore. He like disappeared. I don't know where he went, but he said for a year and a half commenting, you're lying. The housing market is going to crash. The housing market is going to crash. Still don't see no crash. Where are you at? I tell the truth. So just think about this is the numbers are so low when you have 3,212 homes for sale and a balanced market where no seller or buyer has leverage, 30,000 homes for sale. I mean, where in the heck are we going to get 27,000 homes from? Hold on, let me check. Oh, they're not there. Hold on. Sorry, I can't find 27,000 homes for sale. I'm just being a smart ass. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. I am so sorry. Let me bring this back up. See, I lost my train of thought for being a smart ass. That's what I get. Okay, so let's go to number 9. If you are a FHA or a down payment assistance buyer, you're just going to get outbid. I am sorry to say it. I'm just being honest and truthful. Right now, I'm telling you guys, if you're an FHA or down payment assistance buyer, it's going to be hard. You're just going to have to wait till I have a listing that's in your price range, and I can kind of like tell the seller like, hey man, I got this family. We've been searching for a while. What do you think about selling it? Some sellers tell me, F you, right? I'm selling this for top dollar. If you're not going to represent me correctly, I'll go somewhere else. And I'm just throwing it out there, okay? So just stay with me. If you're under the $300,000, okay, like Keegan, just stay with me here, okay? Pamela, stay with me here. It's going to be difficult, okay? Marshall, stay with me here. It's going to be difficult. Robert Monte, it's going to be difficult. It's just going to take some time, man. It's just, ladies and gentlemen, it's just going to take some time, okay? But you just got to stay with me here. We got Jake and his family under contract in Maricopa. It just took some time. So thanks for sticking with me. I appreciate that. Number 10, shortage of homes. Best time for you to buy if you can. Okay. If you can get in and if you can increase your purchase price, just 50,000, 100,000, and you're okay with that payment, right? You can do it. You need to get in now because I'm telling you, prices are just going to keep on going up and you're going to get outpriced on the market. It's crazy. It's just really, really crazy out here. Okay. We have had a 6% appreciation level since January. So since January, we've appreciated 6%. So just think about if we go another 6% to December. So in 1 year, we would appreciate 12%. So these are just homes. So just think about that when you're on the fence, not looking to buy. And as a seller, if you're looking to sell and buy, just think about that too, because that makes the ultimate difference too, because you're going to miss that 6%. And number 12, of course, welcome to CALI-ZONA. Get in before it's too late. I've seen a lot of California plates here. Just in the last week, like California. I saw 4 New York City plates as well in this past week, just driving around. So yes, it is getting crazy. There's all my info if you want to connect with me. Links are down there as well. But that's what we're seeing in the real estate market right here in Phoenix, Arizona, is we don't see a bust. We don't see a crash. I got this question asked is, Victor, would you sell and buy right now? And I was thinking about it. It took me, I sat on this question for about 2 days. In all honesty, is we were looking to sell last year, okay? And we were looking to get an acre of land in Peoria. And I was doing the math in order to sell the house to go buy a piece of land and build our dream home. And then when I did the cost for labor, materials, that everything was going up, and we have investment homes, right? So rental properties. I sat down with my wife like, hey, in order to do this, we would have to sell like 3 of our rental properties that we bought like really, really cheap. That provides cash flow for us. That is our retirement. That is our kids' college fund. So are you willing to do that just to go buy a piece of land, build a house, pay it in cash? Yes, no mortgage, but lose 3 of your properties. Make that 4 with your primary residence. So you only have 2. The answer was no. So for us, it didn't make any sense because I am looking at it as the big picture, right? I'm going to have to give up 4 to get 1. I would rather do it the other way around. How we bought our rental properties is get rid of 1 and buy 3, if that makes sense. And it's getting a little difficult right now to buy rental properties because prices are so high. You're trying to cash flow, at least break even, and that's even difficult. But there are investors coming in. They're parking their cash in real estate. Saw a guy buy just a $700,000 house, all cash. He outbid us, turned it into a rental. And not only that, is he's upgrading the property and putting another $40,000 into the property before he rents it. So people have money and they're parking it in real estate. So just keep that in mind. So I hope I answered your guys' question. I hope this was very detailed. I don't know. Would you guys like the PDF file? Let me know if you made it this long till the end of the video. Would you like the PDF file of the information? I think it's very valuable, especially if you're thinking about buying, selling, or investing here in real estate in Arizona. So let me know. But hey, do me a favor. We're almost at 1,000 subscribers. Just hit that subscribe button and that bell to get notified once we drop the latest video. I mean, look at, we're just bringing you the Phoenix real estate market, first-time home buyer tips, home seller tips, so you can be mindful when you're thinking about buying, selling, or investing in some real estate. And until then, folks, let's get that awesome outro that Matt Bustamante loves to hear. Here we go.
This is where they go for the real estate info. I'm here to lead and help you succeed. One thing that you'll learn about me is I'm on a mission to get the knowledge to the world when making decisions in buying and selling real estate.
Victor Huerta.
Remember my name.